My name is Timothy. Testing. So my name is Timothy Raybon. I'd like to say thank you to the Kava bar and friends. Thank you for my wife, Ilmini. Thank you for John for being so inviting. Let's see here. The following is a conversation between a man and a man who identifies himself as an officer of the law. Is this your job? What do you mean? What gives you the right to assume authority over people? It was given to me by the government. How did the people that gave you authority acquire it? What do you mean? The government is made up of people. Yeah, so? Are we not all born with equal rights? Yes, we are all created equally. How did the people that gave you authority, the public power differential between us, obtain authority? Had it never been bestowed by the same force of life that created us, because we are all created equally? Where does authority come from? What do you mean? Having equal rights, how do the people that make up government obtain the right to dominate interactions with the public? And how did they acquire a right to rule over others when there is no legitimate way to justify a wrongdoing? Therefore, it is impossible for authority to be of nature, which is to say, it is a belief in the mind of an individual. Prove it. Name a system of government that is commands backed by violence, which exists in nature. Furthermore, men do not have the power to create just authority. That is an oxymoron, where just is justice and authority is slavery. Commands backed by violence. Government commands backed by violence. Slavery commands backed by violence. Authority commands backed by violence. Authority is a claim of ownership where one person is expected to uphold a moral obligation to obey another. How can this be so widespread globally in every country when slavery is fundamentally wrong and most people openly claim to oppose it? The claim of authority over someone imposes a moral obligation to obey. You can see this in the apparent difference between a mob forcing you to pay money and the same command given as political law. We are not supposed to give our money to criminals, yet we are expected to treat the same commands given from government as if they were not criminals. Being that government exists around the world, there must be a reason. For us to have a moral obligation to uphold would mean that we are responsible for a favorable outcome. However, there is no benefit to the obedience of authority other than avoiding punishment. Other forms of authority do not function the same way as government. Consider the authority of a foreman to his crew, or a black belt with the knowledge of martial arts, and the pupil with none. Government will punish you with no way to escape it, but you can terminate your relationship with any other being. People will have you believe that political law is necessary for order. To maintain order, you are given your rights by government, and they can be taken away. Your safety depends on your compliance with political law. This is in contrast to reality where our rights are a natural product of life. Our existence cannot be separated from our rights. We are born with them, and they are our responsibility to protect. They are not given to us by authority, and no one can take them away. Even they cannot be even delegated by a group. So even if the whole world decided to change the rights of one person, that collective action would constitute a wrongdoing, making it illegitimate. The fact that everyone is doing something does not make the action right. The amount of time something has been a certain way does not measure how morally correct it is. It is possible for the whole world to be wrong if the whole world is not morally correct. Morally correct actions include non-compliance with direct orders that even indirectly support someone being violated. Violations include theft of free will, coercion, of sexual free will, rape, physical theft of property, of safety, assault, of truth, deception, of life, murder, of safety, trespass. These are the ways people are violated. We have the right to live without these transgressions. These actions cause suffering. Suffering does not feel good. That is why it is bad. There are powers in the world for good and also those for bad. From a larger perspective, good is righteous and bad is evil. Safety is not love. Love can promote freedom through care, but even evil can cling to care. Evil will use safety as a guise for control, deception. Safety does not equate to freedom. Our species is charged to live in a way that does not harm others, lest we endure self-inflicted suffering. Knowing these are ways we are violated, by confirming with yourself these are things you would not like to have done to you, you yourself should be able to judge the world around you. Justice is sought. Justice exists independently of people. Justice is obtained through moral principles being enacted in the world. The more morality openly being practiced, the more justice there is. The foundation of what we believe is the totality of all information and experiences that make up our lifetime. Also, the foundation of what anyone believes true will be the same if none of them can access any other information. I'm expressing there's more information to access. Alright, so that's what I had. Next week I'll try to do the unedited version. Because it talks about addiction and it makes it fun.